Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So today's Friday, which only means one thing. Today is the day 4 Marketwatch. In terms of updates this week, again, a bit of a non-content sort of week. We got a message from ModKeeper, which, yeah, doesn't bear well or doesn't bear much hope for the future, but it is what it is. I was debating doing a video on it, but it's more annoying than anything that the RS3 at the minute doesn't really seem to get the attention that old school does, but, you know, it is what it is. Right, so with it being Friday, that means it's only going to be one thing. Today's Marketwatch, the weekly episode where we go through RuneScape 3's price rises and price falls for skilling methods, investment tips, or any possible price rises you can capitalize on while the prices are good. So let's, as always, start with price rises and we'll go through from the top. So again, we're still in the cosmetic season, so the Rainbow Dragon Breath still at top here. 500 mil. Don't get me wrong, it'll probably look really, really cool, but again, 500 mil for a cosmetic is a bit too much in my eyes. Skipping that, Rune Dart, 27 GP each. Pretty good for some components, Rune Dart, so pretty good to buy those if you need them. Manuscripts to Jazz, back up. Again, the Jazz scripture book must have a bit more demand or a bit more use in PVM. 550k, which actually makes Carapack pretty decent and not too bad there either. Biscuits, which I believe come from Clue Scrolls, 5.6k each. Bit weird how they're more expensive than Purple Sweets, but who knows? Who knows anymore? Uncut Moonstones, 1.2 mil. I did the video on Moonstones last week. As long as you check your margins, there is a very high chance for you to make some profit crafting Moonstones into the new jewellery. Air Talisman, 1.4k. The Power Flower Basket is now 12 mil. I think that's a treasure hunter thing, but it could possibly be an Easter thing. I don't know. Potato Cactus. Now, this is something we've picked up a couple of times during a bonus XP sort of run up and run down from. It does crash quite a bit, but 3.2k now is a pretty decent price for it. Definitely worth doing and collecting for your dailies where you can get 40 a day. Especially while it's on a price rise, it's just something which will pick up price over time as well. And definitely something to keep an eye out along with that as well. Because normally with this, Potato Cactus, Mortmire Fungus and White Berries, those three just seem to have a nice little rotation on which one's going to take the lead and go up on the next bonus XP. I know we only finished one about a month ago, but it's only really like 2 to 3 months till the next one, because I don't know if it's 3 or 4, but either way, it's not long till the next one. So to see those go up already, yeah, not too bad. More cosmetic tokens going up, again, not too bothered there. Golden Roses have now crossed over 1 mil each to 1.2 mil, which is pretty mad. Make sure to be doing your Golden Roses every day. If you don't know what they are, I'll make sure to link the video. There are 4 bushes in Het Oasis you can loot. You can use the growth spell to do like one run pretty instantly. Keep an eye out for that because it's a good way to make some GP. Gold bars, 2.6k each. Again, I keep saying it every couple of months. One of the best investments you can have because they always go back up. Now, you could have stocked up quite heavy here at 1.7k and they go up. And don't get me wrong, at this price here, 2.6k is very high, so they'll probably drop down again. But anytime I see these at 1.7k, 1.9k, don't get me wrong, I try and put a lower ball offer in, see if people dump. But you're always going to make profit with gold bars because they're always in demand because gems are so cheap. So, decent one there. Blood of Reaver Scrolls, 7k each on Amelod Hour now. Worth having a look at. And again, someone dropped a really, really good comment on the video about the Summoning Scrolls. Is to hold off selling them during Amelod Hour because that's when a lot of people dump. So that's why you're possibly losing out on profit with your scrolls. If you are doing that, hold on for an hour or two once Amelod Hour's passed and then try and sell them because you will make more money, which is a great tip and is why the comment section on my money making videos especially are such a great place to look into. And if you have any points where I've missed in the video or any extra information from what I've missed, drop in the comments because it really does help a lot of people as well, and it's fantastic for me to see that I do have a community as such which are willing to like drop little notes on what I've missed because I will miss things occasionally and help me out as well. So thank you again for that comment. Really, really helpful and really good. Qualm Incense Sticks, 25k each. Again, fantastic flip for the bundle count during times. Really good like sort of moving on the sell price. Definitely want to look into. Incense Sticks are really good, but I would suggest getting the ability to make them quicker through the Het Garden, the Herblore thing. Alteration Necklace, 1.3 mil, and a cut Moonstone, 947k. Again, these prices will be wrong, so don't really pay attention there. Berserker Ring at 14.2 mil, very good. And Daggenoff Kings again, really good money, they always are. White Berries, 2.8k each. Snake Grass, 275. Wyvern Bones, 7.3. These were getting a bit too low anyway because of their use in the Super Prayer Potions. But following on from what we've talked about Potato Cactus, there's 3 more Herblore Secondaries which are starting to rise. And down here, Papaya Fruit, 6.8k. That's another Herblore Secondary, again, just starting to rise. So I think that's something to start looking into, is that Herblore secondaries are starting to shift, and even though you will make money with herbs, if you want to go and like collect secondaries, you can still make money with that as well. You can include things like white berries and papayas in your herb runs, and you will just be stocking up and making more money, really. Elder Wood Spirits, 8.1k. This might get to the point now where you can start buying some. I wouldn't buy them anywhere over 9k, because it's getting to the point where if you want a Wood Spirit to be benefit for you to make a little bit more money, over 9k I don't think it will be. But again, it depends on the Elder Log price. U-Logs 570 going back up. Good to see that price there. Makes Divine Use worthwhile. A Grimy Qualm is 4.4k, which is quite high for a Qualm, but that'll benefit Slayer tasks. Dark Beasts especially will benefit hugely from that. Pernix Quiver Fragment, 374k each, will help with the Skeleton Cross area. Binding Contract for Blood Reaver, similar to the scroll price, has gone up, this time jumping up to 155k. Again, if you have Binding Contracts in your bank, Blood Reavers are not hard to kill, and they will make you a small fortune. So look into that, jump on that, make some decent money. You'll easily make over 35 million an hour with that kind of price on a Binding Contract. And maybe look at the prices of Orcus and Hellfire Metal, because it might even be worth making Binding Contracts to go and chase Blood Reavers at that price. Springs, 3.2k, again, still sort of going on their massive rise. Now, I'm not sure if this is because they've reduced the amount which coming through Treasure Hunter, or what the reason is, but the fact you can get them untradeable and use up some of your lesser invention components, or the untradeable ones you get from promotions, or spins, or all that sort of stuff, sell your tradable ones, because that is such a good price, and you might have a couple thousand just sort of stood in your bank for no reason. Really, really good price there. Bottle racks, 146 each if you are doing barrows. We have cake, which is 2.1k, which could possibly be a decent moneymaker for non-members if you are doing the thieving skill or something like that. Portable wells, 7.9k each. Port and restoration, 6k each. A pot of butter, 3k each. The conga dance walk override, 9.7 mil. Grimy Toad Flax, again, another Grimy going up. We've got Irrit up here, but it's a bit of a low price. But Grimy Toad Flax, 5.2k. Uncut Jade, 1.1k. We have Extreme Magic, 11.9. I've always said they're too cheap, but they're going up as well. The Conjures, Raising Army, 700k. Seems to be quite behind the others, because I think it's the one which is less demand. Fish Pie, 6.2k. Sandstone for a 2k block, 600 GP each, but it's going up, which is good to see. Really good method is mining Sandstone. Greater Flaming Skull, 40.3k. That is on the rise again. Silver Bar, 2.3k. Really good, like, non-members money-making method there. Cowhide as well, still going up, 800 GP. That could be a pretty good way to make some GP on a free-to-play account, which I'm possibly looking at doing at some point soon. Large crate for vintage components, 5.6 mil. Yak hide, 250 each. A raw sailfish is just under 6k. Acadia logs, 1.2k. Congealed blood, 3k. Again, another secondary going up. So Herblore, secondaries and herbs are on absolute tear this week. And a lot of those secondaries are quite easy to gain, like, and quite easy to camp as well. And there's certain monsters like Curasks, which will drop things like papayas, whiteberry seeds, and herbs, which no one would really appreciate or really go to, but will make absolute bank in terms of camping as well. Right, so then moving on to the price falls. So Ashes are on the way down again at 951 GP each there. We've got some cosmetics. We've got the Plague Doctor, 350, Azura Sunshine, 81 mil. And the Spirit Runes, after having a massive sort of push last week, are down to 142 GP each, which, don't get me wrong, is not too bad of a price for Spirit Runes, but it's nowhere near what it was last week, so possibly missing the boat on the Necromancy Runes. And here we can see Bone and Flesh, so the back in that loop of going down again, because they're still trying to find that actual price. Because of things like events which are happening, they have a spike and drop for such a reason. Whereas I think going forward, anytime that they're on the rise, that's when you really need to like runecraft Necromancy Runes, because the price is good. And anytime they're down, just don't touch them for a time being. Right, so Powder of Penance on the way down, 723k each, which will have an impact on roses going forward. If the powder's selling for cheaper, and again it's found a price where it's hit, that means that demand or the profitability from roses will be less, so again it won't be as in demand. Shards of Chaos Weapon, 18.3 mil. Easter Egg Follower Pet, 63 mil. Aventone Bloodweed Seeds on the way down. Bloodweed Seeds are a good price, 51k. Depending on the herb, the herb's always in demand due to aggression potions, and the fact you can only farm in the wilderness means it's very limited on how it comes in, so it could be a decent one to farm in your wilderness patch. Raw Poi Meat, 1.1k. A Wretched Chompers, 462. Hooded Subjugation, 4.2 mil, which probably means that the rest of Subjugation will be down as well. And regular Ghostly Ink is down 6.5k. first Necromancer pieces are littered here. And again, for like the tier it is, tier 95, it's so cheap. Now, whether the prices are actually what they say in the Grand Exchange, it's cheap, in my opinion. For the kind of power you're going to get with Necromancy, it is very cheap. Scripture Jazz, 31.9 mil. Considering how expensive the pages are, that's a really good price. And the Scripture Jazz does have its place as well on where it can be used. Cadaver Berries, 3.7k, really good non-member money-making method. Cadmium Red, 9.4k. Extra Fine Sand, 10.2. So I'll probably see like Sandstone stop or halt in terms of price for a little while. Light Amica, 4.7k each. Magic Composite Bow, 1.2 mil. Maybe that's a shift in fortune at price. We'll see. Again, the rest of Subjugation falling into line with the other pieces. Extreme Necromancy, 23k there. Greater Concentrated Blast, 17.4. Fleeting Boots down to 4.2 mil. And a Grimy Avinto is 580 GP. More Fortunate Components, U Composite Bow, 1.2k there. The 10k Sandstone is now 10.3k, which will probably like because of the fine sand price further up. Obliteration, very good weapon, 2.7 mil. Very cheap for how good that is. Very, very cheap. Lava Runes, 203 GP each. Mud Runes, 1.1k. Infernus Pyroclast, 914 GP. And Wolf Bones, 2.7k. A Steel Plate Body is 5.3k each, which is very expensive compared to the price it used to be. And regular ritual candles, 574 GP each. Powerful necroplasm, 306. Woodcutting urns, a decorated one, 7.8k. That is cheap. Compared to the rest of decorated urns, which are over 10k, that is very cheap. And woodcutting is not really a skill I'd do without an urn, so maybe that could be one to pick up. Miasma Rune, like the rest, on the way down, and more Herblore seeds here. Fire Orbs, 155 GP. Raw Manta Rays, 806 GP each. And the Bandos Clay is on its way down. Again, it had a nice little run actually getting to 4.6k, but now back on its way down. And Grimy Marine Tools for those training prayer on its way down, 5k each or 4.5k for a grimy version. But that's going to be the end of this video for Marketwatch this week. Again, price rises are really crazy with Herblore. Like, Herblore's taken an absolute beating for so long. It had to come up anyway, which it's probably why you expected the price to change at some point, but I didn't expect the amount of secondaries and herbs being like price rises that much. But as always, we're going to end up on the one item we're all interested in, Dragon Bones, and that is on its way down, sadly. 2,034 GP each, very, very cheap, but at this point now, I'm just going to train it with Dragon Bones. It may as well just slug it out, and then just do a couple more ramble videos in my altar, because I know you guys enjoyed it. And those videos actually went a lot better than I expected and got way more feedback than I expected as well, considering I just sat there talking for 10 minutes. So yeah, that's going to be the end of Marketwatch this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. We are back on with our content grind and already have the videos this weekend already done. So I hope you guys have a good Easter. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.